For all you VTuber fans out there, you may have seen this girl pop in your algorithm once in a while, but who exactly is she? That's the question I asked myself a couple of months ago, and I'd like to dive into her appeal. So, this is Isaa Corva. That may not ring a bell for you at this moment in time, but at least 2 million will recognize her for a cover she did for the song Too Sweet by Hozier. This female cover of the song has been taking in views that chances are it's appealing to those outside the VTuber community, and it's only signaling the beginning of a new rise of who I consider to be one of the more underrated underdogs in the landscape today. So, let's see what has got her this far today and what is next for Isaa Corva. Hi, I'm your sunshine, Yui Tachibana, and I'm here to answer the question, who is Isaa? Well, she may look like a new kid on the block with how she's been popping up on your feed lately, but the truth is that she's been trying to break into the VTuber industry for years now. She goes back almost 5 years, back when Hololive English just had one generation, around December 2020. At the time, she went by the name Otoha Isaa, and like many others in the same boat, was looking to promote herself out there. Now, her passion for music goes back even further than 2020, as according to her interview with VTuber News Drop in 2023, which is where I'm getting a clear understanding of how she got her foot in the door, Isaa has an extensive background in music, which includes her being a classically trained singer, having gone to school for singing. Private training lessons were a part of her life, and her background included being trained in jazz, which she planned to pursue in higher education, but due to creative differences, dropped the possibility. Isaa knew where the pros of her musical abilities lied and had been looking to start a career with pop music, starting out on YouTube as early as 2016, performing as a yutaite, which is a Japanese term for singers who rely on internet covers, and usually their identity is kept a secret. Singers like Ado and Amir have emerged from this community. Isaa discovered her true passion was in this community and continued to grind in the years that followed, remarking that she was younger than most of her peers, even resorting to adding random people on Skype to build her social community. As for how she discovered VTubers, Corona was her first exposure to the medium. A friend showed her Hololive in an attempt to convince her that she could also do VTubing as an option, which she remarked she struggled with becoming one. Isaa had not gotten the success she was working for yet, racking up just less than 200 subscribers. However, she was not the kind of person to give up, as she tried out VTubing as a way to promote her music and her personality, dashed with her bit of charisma and riz. Now, what makes her stand out in the crowd of VTubers and V-singers who are aiming for the throne as she was? She cites that she has an alto/mezzo-soprano tone as compared to many others who have a sparkly soprano tone, which in turn gives Isaa a bit of a deeper voice, and we stand deeper voices in this community. It was because of that voice, however, that she felt that it would be harder to break through, because everyone else had this voice that was very easy to get them to shine, but she realized that her voice turned out to be one of her strongest suits, because after all, being different is not a sin. If anything, it's a gift. It makes you stand out from the crowd, and I find that her story up to this point is inspirational, because trying out things you wouldn't know would take you places is a risk worth taking if you're up to the task. Having streamed and sang for over 2 years by this point as a VTuber, Isaa started getting approached by people to help them manage their own song cover production, which she happily did in 2023. She was now being looked upon as someone to help inspire others. Here's a part of the interview that stands out to me. When asked about what qualities should a VTuber track, Isaa notes 3 key essential things: a voice that is fresh to listeners, great recording equipment used, and genuine passion for the track they are doing. I feel like you can really hear when a singer has a passion for what they're doing and they're able to convey that. Not only do they have that passion, but they're also able to convey it to the listener. And that is what really makes the cover special for me, because we're not the original recording artist, we're a secondary artist who wants to do a take on this. And I think that's really what makes a cover special, is that somebody loved it enough to make their own version. It was from there that she not only re-debuted in 2023, she got her first original song in conjunction with producer Flanger Moose. By this time, she was no longer going by the name Otoha Isaa, she was just Isaa now with 2 A's, particularly because Twitch required that she have 4 letters in her name. She eventually gave herself the last name Corva the following year. Isaa Corva isn't just a VTuber, she's a full-blown performer with a flair for theatrics, music, and community engagement. Whether she's belting out a cover or crafting lore-rich content, she brings a unique blend of artistry and authenticity that keeps fans coming back for more. And it's been paying off for her. Today she sits at 55,000 subscribers on YouTube and 45,000 followers on Twitch. It's got to the point that others are covering her own songs, and many of her covers have been in the 100,000 digits, which I'm gonna say, I much prefer her cover of Greedy by Tate McRae. It sounds more smooth than the baby voice Tate's got in the original. It's a testament to how Isaa can take something and make it her own, if you ask me. Clearly it's hitting that way with her Too Sweet cover, the very song that put Hozier back into the spotlight in other countries that were in Ireland. It was at 1 million views sometime this July, and 3 weeks later it doubled. Clearly it's hitting with audience outside of the VTuber space, and this could very well be the first introduction into someone who clearly has vocal chops. And let me ask those who will just start getting into her, she's not not just a female cover of male songs, she's Isaa Corva, a Rockstar Crowgirl who worked hard to get to where she is now. Her story of becoming a musician and a VTuber, in turn making her a V-singer as well, is one for the books, and I consider her to be Oshi material for those who love soprano singers with amazing models and dazzling personalities. The girl clearly is well on her way up, and I'm rooting for her so hard. Isaa, this video is for you, and may your dreams continue to come true. So, who here is part of the Crow Nation? What's your favorite song or cover from her, or what stands out the most about her to you? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching this video. Support my Patreon and my Ko-fi, and follow me on X, and subscribe to my channel. I upload weekly, and join my Discord to be part of the movement. Special thanks to Jason N and Drill Kudus for supporting the Patreon. If you'd like to get a shout out at the end of my videos, please support the Patreon. This is your sunshine, Yui Tachibana, sun setting for the day.